Paul Stanley had some words for Kim Kardashian, and a very close personal friend of hers who happens to be on this show is going to stand up for her this week on Podcast Rock City Live.
Podcast Rock City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City, and with me this week is Mr. Sonny Hollywood. I can see a refrigerator in your whole kitchen. Pooty.
Still at the apartment, but Joey, before you got on, these exact words were said. I want you to figure out what the context was. These exact words were said by Joe.
Oh, no.
Take mine and stick it in her twice. You could take mine and stick it in hers twice, is what he said. Good luck with the context on that.
I'm not even going to tell them what it was. I want him to go to bed tonight thinking about it.
I'm disturbed and slightly curious.
I thought you were going to say aroused. I was going to, whoa.
Listen, there's no way anything that has to do with this right here would arouse Joe.
Well, I've seen that bottom half.
I'm too much. It reminds you too much of the gopher and damn. Anyway, all right. That guy down there, that's Joey Casada.
Yo! What's up, boys? It's so good to be back.
It's great to have you back. When you guys aren't here some weeks, and then because you're busy. Joey does his touring. He does stuff with music. Sonny's a businessman. You guys are here the majority of the time. I really do miss y'all.
Hold on, Joe. I'm busy. Sonny's not busy. What the hell is he doing?
I'm traveling. I'm moving. I'm working. Sorry, I got a real job.
Oh, really? His job is firing people from Kohl's. That's what he does. He cuts people left and right. All you Kohl's people who have ever been fired by Pooney, call me and we will find him and hunt him down.
Just damn.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I can tell you is next week, Sonny will not be with us because he'll be in the happiest place in the world. You know where that is, Joey?
Vegas.
Ooh, Vegas, baby, Vegas.
No, he'll be in Disneyland.
Oh.
So I know.
Wait, land or world? Where are you going?
Son? Land. Come on, who goes to world? Dude, land.
I'm going to world. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let me show you guys something. I want to make sure that this is purely for me and Joey before we get started. This is him and the amazingly beautiful Kim Kardashian. That's going to come up in just a second, okay? We're going to talk about that, where that picture was taken. But I wanted to show you, Joey, something. Here in Orlando, here in Florida, they have a Star Wars World Hollywood Studios. Have you been there?
I have not yet, but I think I'm heading there this summer with the family.
So, Karen and Jace and I and her kids were all going on in April, the first weekend of April. And I was able to get Jace in on this thing where it's like a whole show where you get to build your own lightsaber and stuff.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So now here's the thing. Jace and I have gone a bunch, but not since it's become Star Wars World, right? And I don't know if you know this, and be prepared because when you go, you better bring some money because Joey's.
I'm ready.
They have popcorn holders, right? And so you get your popcorn. It's just a small popcorn. It's stupid, but what they put the popcorn in is amazing. So I have like a TIE fighter and a Snow Walker, an AT-AT, not an AT-AT. I don't call it that shit. It's an AT-AT.
I agree.
And then I have a frozen Han Solo. You open it up and the popcorn goes in there. All right. So a couple
incredible.
A
Yes,
couple
I
of my
mean,
you got to go for the
oh my
couple of
God.
my students went down. I told them that I collected these things. They brought me the new one. I got it right here. I want to show it to you. You will appreciate this. You ready?
Incredible. Oh my God.
It's the mouse.
I can't believe, and that's the popcorn holder?
Yeah, look.
Yes, the little Death Star mouse.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Do
Now,
you have the other ones handy right now too? Or
no, I don't. They're all in
Oh.
storage. But I take care of all that. But you can get your drink. Look at Sonny. You can get your drink.
I'm getting texts about your guys' Star Wars love. It's all on this show.
Hey.
Somebody just texted me Star Wars tards.
Hey,
Hey,
guys. Hey, listen. Steve writes here. Thanks for coming on, Steve. You were amazing last week. I love your comedy too. He's always like, "Why do you drive in a parkway and park in a driveway?" Oh wait, no, that's Steven Wright. I get them confused. Okay, so listen, we got some stuff to talk about because you guys came here for Kiss, and we're going to get into that. In order to get into that, we got to get into the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
Okay, so Paul Stanley, just Kim Kardashian basically came out and said, "Hey girls, if you want to make it in the world," I'm paraphrasing. If you want to make it in the world, get off your ass and work hard. And Paul Stanley said something like, I mean, I don't need it. Sonny, you would probably say it better than I would. It was basically what?
He took a shot that what she's dealing with was easy. Like she didn't have to work hard to get what she got. Right. So why would she tell other people to work hard? And I really wanted her to retweet that and say, "Didn't you write Bang Bang You? Why don't you shut up?" Right? Like I love Paul, but it's like, stay out of it. Because you don't like it when people pick at you. So why are you picking at people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just absurd. I mean, what is he thinking? Why does he think he has the right to chime in on stuff like this? Listen, yes, she grew up rich, but who are we to say she doesn't? Look how hard she's working in that photo right there. This girl works hard. So what? Just because you had money when you were born, it doesn't mean anything. There's no reason why you have to chime in and say she doesn't know what hard work is. Dude, this guy had a record contract when he was 20 years old. He never paid his dues and worked hard and supported a family on no money and all this stuff. So he's the last person that should be talking.
Now, me personally, this is my thing. I like my rock stars silent.
Yes.
And I'm not saying if it's super important, if the world, like if you want to say Paul Stanley wants to come out and go, I support whatever country that's in this war, I support them. I'm all for that. Go ahead, you support. But this was just unnecessary. She didn't write, I don't know. She didn't say anything to him.
Again, Sonny said it perfectly too. No one can ever say anything bad about Paul. He takes such an offense to it immediately, but he feels like he can just talk shit about everyone. And listen, I don't care about if you want to talk shit about people, but then you got to be able to take it too. You can't have it one way.
Yeah. And just like when Paul was saying, look, stand up, be united, be your own person. And he was talking to me in my 20s. Kim Kardashian's using her voice to talk to my teenage girls, and it works. They don't know she had money and she came from money and blah, blah. They just see somebody who's being successful and somebody they want to be. She could easily just go, you know what? I got the money I got. I live my life. Fuck everybody, right? She could just say nothing to nobody. So she's using her voice. That's a problem all of a sudden? Well, to a 70-year-old man, it is.
Right. It's not like she's delivering a bad message. She's delivering a message. Hey, girls, go out there and work hard and make something of yourselves. That's a good message. Paul preached that for 40 years, and now all of a sudden it's no good. I don't get it.
So, I don't want to get in. There's comments on here about how much she works and how. I promise you guys, she's in bed after I go to bed, and she's up before I get up. There's no way she runs that many companies and just his hands. It's just my face and my ass. That's all, and my name. And that's the thing. It's just like, dear Paul. Yeah, come on, man. What is this? What's really? I almost feel like he's like. I understand that he's 70, but I almost feel like my grandpa. I walked into the living room one time with earrings, and he was like, "Oh, gee, It's like, this is what I feel like is happening. It's like you can't do anything without somebody attacking you. And I saw him live. I don't know how many times. 4 or 5 times during this tour where he said, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not really singing up here." And that's his shot back at somebody that said shit about whether or not he was singing. And by the way, Paul, we know you ain't singing.
He's turned into the guy, "When I was a kid, we walked 40 miles through the snow." And he's turned into one of these guys. I can't believe it. Paul Stanley. Go turn on the Animalized Live Uncensored video of him cursing and telling the story with the nurse before Love Gun. That's the Paul Stanley we love. We don't like who is this new guy?
Yeah, and I think, just to clarify, and I'm assuming I'm speaking for all of us, I don't think we're saying go put up Kim Kardashian statues and put her on Mount Rushmore and blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about her, right? And, whatever. I'm just saying, why are you picking on her? She did nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was. First it's people. First it's get your vaccinations. Then it's go exercise. Then it's do this. It's like, you do you.
He's bored. He needs to get back up.
Maybe that's what it is.
He's starving. I hate to say it, just like a lot of internet, Twitter, users. Starving for his voice to just be heard on every topic now. It's crazy. I never thought Paul would be that person.
I always thought it would be Gene.
Yes. And Gene is still that person. But, you can see, Gene makes comments a lot of times because, he just wants the press. It doesn't matter to him. I don't think that's why Paul does it. Paul really takes shots and digs and, trying to preach his way of life is the best way of life.
Yeah,
but there's a good example, though. If somebody said that about Evan, that everything he got handed to him, Paul would lose his mind.
Perfectly said.
Who's Evan? I'm just kidding. I actually enjoy his music. Yeah, this is it's just cute. Gene took a shot at Kanye the other day, and it was basically, apparently, I don't know the whole story, but apparently he thinks that Kanye is harassing, I guess, Kim. Oh, wow, maybe there's a connection here. Ooh.
Oh.
Now we'll find out in the next show. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about that.
I agree.
All right. So there was another piece of news that we all saw this morning, and we have been chatting about it here, on our phones. And that was, apparently, there was some kind of a listening party last night for the brand new, somehow I never heard a word about this, Vinnie Vincent's record. And of course, everybody that's was there said it's awesome. They can't wait for it to come out. It's going to be great. I have to be honest. I'm excited for it. It would be great to hear what he's got now. I'm not gonna, lie to you guys and go, I'm not interested. Of course I'm interested. There's a guy that hasn't put a record out in so many years, and then all of a sudden, like I said, I had no idea this was even coming. Did you guys ever hear anything about this?
Nothing.
No, I mean, you would have thought at least. Now, do we know, is it new tracks? Is it Vinny putting some of his old stuff together? I thought I also saw in one of these articles where Vinny said, "Oh, I can't wait for people to hear it within the next 12 to 14 months." I'm like, well, if you have a listening party now in March, Why are we not getting to hear this for another 14 months? It's a little odd.
Yeah, and I thought it said completed. Well, we're gonna have Neil on from Creatures Fest, and I'm gonna see what he knows if he can tell us anything. But he'll be on with us next week, Joey, and
Awesome.
we'll pick at his brain.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to find out if it's new or old tracks, right? Because if you believe everything you hear about Chrysalis, Vinny probably doesn't own any of that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe he's re-releasing it. Who knows?
You would also think that if it's real, the smartest move Vinny could make is to have this thing ready for Creatures Fest, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be thousands of people there. You're guaranteed almost everyone in that building, if he really had it for sale, would buy it. Especially if you only get it signed if you buy that copy today, blah, 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 whatever. Marketing 101. He's going to make his biggest appearance probably, ever since he left Kiss at Creatures Fest. You would think this thing would be ready.
Yeah. So that's going to be big news. We'll wait. We've got a couple of months. Hopefully we'll hear something. You guys that are watching right now live, thank you very much for all your comments. It's awesome to do this show where you're right there with us. If you guys can, and you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I can see who's doing what. Hit the like button so you give us some likes. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do that. Man, I don't really get too excited about what's going on with subscribers because we do this for fun, but man, we got like 60 new subscribers in the last month. That's pretty awesome, considering it took me like 4 years to get 400. But I wasn't trying. Anyway, listen, one other thing. Today, after we get done here, we're doing a special show with our top tier Patreon people. And if you haven't gone to check out our Patreon yet, go check that out. It's patreon.com/Podcast Rock City. And check that out. We're going to do a special show with them. We're going to do some Sweet 16s. And I've been posting all kinds of stuff on there for them. This week, I posted an interview that I did 2 years ago that was going to be for my documentary, but I never got to it. And I posted it on the Patreon. It's uncut, unedited, pushed play, recorded, stopped. And that was with Bill Starkey, who is the commander-in-chief of the KISS Army, you guys know. And he told, for 30 minutes, he just told the story about how the KISS Army was created. And I have to be straight with you guys. There are some things in that might be hard to hear. So go and listen to it. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Podcast Rock City. Let's get,
one second. There's a comment over here, Joe, from the other Steve. I'm not sure which other Steve that is. I'm excited that Peter is doing an appearance in July in New York. Rumor is that he's performing at the Cutting Room. Did anyone hear anything about this? I have not heard this.
I have not heard this. And if
he's more details.
If he's performing at the Cutting Room, I'm pissed off because I was supposed to have seen his last concert. I flew up there. This keeps happening to me.
It happens to every KISS fan their entire life.
It's not just KISS, though.
Thing.
I went all the way to Miami to see the once-in-a-lifetime John Cena versus The Rock match. And the very next year, it was in... Where was it the next year, Joey?
Oh, I don't remember, but
it was New Jersey.
They did it back-to-back, right?
New Jersey. What the hell?
Did you go to the Ozzy No More Tours tour, too? Did you do that one?
I'm going to be... I had tickets, but I didn't go.
Oh, poor Joe.
Unbelievable.
Vinnie Vincent is doing a pre-sale for the new album, Joe. Did you order it yet?
No, you're picking on me. All right, let's go. The topic of the week this week is fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Let's get to the topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City. Topic of the week.
Yes!
right. So, topic of the week this week. We're going to do this as a series whenever we're all on. Now, Brent's going to be on the show with us from now on, but unfortunately, he's traveling right now. He's on a train, a crazy train. What was
Morning train.
We started singing that to him
My
last night.
baby takes the morning train. And he's like, no. It's like a crazy
9
train.
to 5, and then Sheena Easton, right?
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. She was so cute. All right. So especially when she was with Prince, man, he knew what was up. So we're gonna do a series anytime we're all together, and it's gonna be best, worst, underrated, overrated, and so it's gonna be for this one. We're gonna do Kiss records, best record, worst record, most overrated record, and most underrated, and then maybe we'll do songs. Y'all already know my worst song, but maybe you don't know the best song. And Joey, I know that we hit you with this on short notice. You prepared?
I'm ready, baby. I didn't know about the songs, but I'm thinking as we go along.
We'll do the songs
aren't this week.
This week. We'll do it another week.
Oh, good. Okay.
Good. Okay. So, Sonny, I'm going to let you go first. How about we go to best last, and how about underrated or overrated first? Which do you want to do?
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
All right. How about this? Most underrated Kiss record.
Okay. So for me, I think I'm going to have to go with Dress to Kill. And the reason I'm going there is every mug, poster, shirt, coffin, toilet paper, condom, G-string has either rock and roll over, Love Gun, or Destroyer. And you rarely hear anything about Come On and Love Me. You rarely ever hear about the great, just awesome album cover. It's one of my favorites. And you never hear about Room Service. There's some awesome songs, Love Her All I Can. I think Dress to Kill is underrated when it comes down to it. That gets lost in the shuffle.
It's weird that, when you first said it, I was like, what are you, crazy? Dress to Kill is incredible. It's not underrated at all. But you're right. People usually, and I think it's more about the iconic album covers for Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, Destroyer. Dress to Kill is a fun cover, but it's black and white. It doesn't pop off that album cover like those other three do for merch and stuff like that. But track for track, Dress to Kill is undeniably amazing. I agree.
Even too. The toys. Remember when the grunts came out with the suits? Oh my God. I had to get those day one. They were so cool. Yeah, I love those. Those are some of my favorites in my room.
I'm going to tell you that I loved these grunts, both the Love Gun and this one. And these. They're really some of the best of the little things that they put together for us. The proportions are right. Look at that lanky bastard.
I would actually like to see people post more of this stuff. And anyone has any cool ones, send me please on my Facebook page or Instagram. I love Kiss photos in makeup, but in regular clothes. I love seeing stuff. There's not a lot out there. There's obviously the Peter photo shoot with the car that he's in, and that vintage car. It's a real cool photo shoot. Yeah. But there's not a lot of photos that you would really, you'd think there were more of Kiss in makeup with regular street clothes on.
Yeah, I saw one the other day. I've seen it before, and it was Ace in some kind of like purple jumpsuit that had a zipper that went down, and it was zipped. No, it wasn't zipped down. I'm thinking of his alive.
I know
outfit.
The purple one,
but the purple one is. I've seen that one. It's so strange to see them not stuff. In a costume. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. Even there's a picture of Ace, I think, on stage in the 2000s with his costume off and just like the underneath shirt that says Ace on it. You ever see that picture of him on? He did like the encore with that on.
Yeah,
I find that stuff cool because obviously the costumes are amazing, but you always see those photos. I like to see these other rare photos.
And even the photos that came out just a few years ago with Tommy and Eric,
love them.
In the Dress to Kill, they look good too.
Yeah, me too. I love those.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of my friends, he was going through some stuff and that he bought in like I think what he does for a living is he buys up collections and stuff in people's houses and helps them sell it, right? And he calls me one day and goes, "Hey, I have this Playboy magazine I want you to see." And I said, "Okay." And he brought it to me, and it had a full like layout of the band in the Dress to Kill suits, the new band, Tommy and Eric in it. And I was like, I never even heard of this. And
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Maybe on the after show, I'll show you guys that because I can't show it to you right now. It's over there. And every time I leave this area, Sonny gives me
We
shit.
made fun of him.
Yes. So I'm not doing that, you bastards.
No, we would never do that to you, Joe. You could trust us.
Okay. Joey, what's your most underrated?
So this is a tough one. I find, the easy choices would be, and over the years, I feel like it's not underrated anymore. The easy choices is Unmasked, I think. People even, lick it up. But over the years, they get the recognition that they deserve now. Those two records are incredible. And I think they've been getting a lot of recognition, especially with Kiss fans over the last 10, 15 years. So I don't even consider them underrated anymore because I think people praise those publicly all the time. I find a big one that no one ever talks about. And if anything, if they do talk about, they usually shit on it, is Animalize. I'm going to go with Animalize. Always love this record. Especially the Paul songs on this record. I've Had Enough, Get All You Can Take, obviously Thrills in the Night, Under the Gun. Just incredible songs. Everyone always talks about Burn Bitch Burn, which I think is one of the best riffs ever. Yeah, the lyrics are cheesy, but all the Kiss lyrics are cheesy. Who cares?
Right,
but no one ever talks about Lick It Up. Animalize. It's always glossed over. People talk about Creatures, they talk about Lick It Up, then they go straight to Asylum, and then so on. Everyone glosses over Animalize, and I think it's very, very underrated. People should go back and listen to it.
I agree. I think as soon as you hit play on that record, it punches you right in the face.
Incredible production on that record too. Great.
Yeah, I think it happens because you have, the Ace guys, you got the Vinnie love out there, you got the Bruce love out there. People just don't know a lot about Mark.
Yeah.
And they know Bruce isn't on Animalize, and they only had really the one single. So it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, I think. And I think Asylum almost came too fast. It didn't let it breathe for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think Bruce is on Animalize for one or two songs.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but he's not the face of that record.
Right.
Yeah.
I've Had Enough is one of the greatest songs ever. It's
I love that song. Under the Gun. I love Under the Gun.
It's a very heavy record.
Yeah.
It is. Everybody, I'm checking out everybody's comments here. You guys are amazing. And of course, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. Every record is underrated according to Kiss.
Of course.
But the truth is that somebody out there is looking at the first Kiss record and going, I don't know why this stuff isn't played on the radio in heavy rotation. And as a Kiss fan, I have to say I agree with that. My underrated album is going to be the one where the guys disagree with me, but that's okay. I happen to be a metal fan, not just rock and roll. I know, and when it comes to Kiss, the fact that they did metal with Carnival of Souls, I love that record. I think it's the most underrated record. I was at the record store today and having a conversation. I'm not going to show you what I bought because I'm not taking shit today. But in the after the show, I think that record is just awesome. It's not 100% awesome, but it's 90% awesome. And I love the heaviness of it. I think the fact that Eric and Bruce had to finish the record, from what I understand, is what makes it awesome. Because I'm not sure Paul thought it was the wrong direction, right? It's what Gene wanted to do. And I think that in the end, Bruce and Eric saw the opportunity to make it theirs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
And I love it. And this is where Sonny goes.
I ain't got nothing nice to say, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Thanks, Paul. Look at that. Paul Stanley, pay attention.
Joe, I'm with you. I love this record. I remember having the bootleg way before it came out. Super pumped about it. Underrated. Again, this is why I love Kiss so much. It's because of the changing in the records. I don't, as much as I love Gonna Rock Roll Over and Dress to Kill, I don't want 30 records like that. I love that when I'm in the mood for Carnival, I can put it on. When I'm in a mood for the opposite, Unmasked, I can put it on. I can put The Elder on. I can feel different and different moods for different styles of music. And Kiss really delivers almost everything, all styles.
Steve Wright says Carnival of Souls is shit. I'm just saying.
Joey just left.
Yeah, we lost. Is he choking?
No, I think he's hitting the button to send a missile to Steve Wright.
You okay? You all right, Joey?
Yeah, just my dog keeps coming in and out. I had to shut the door. It's freezing.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was underrated. Sonny, man, the comments really hit me hard on this now. What about the overrated?
The overrated to me is Destroyer. I'm sorry. Every time I hear Gene say it's the next Destroyer, I'm just like, why? Can you just put out the next Unmasked, please? Like, Destroyer, first of all, I'm sick of it being on everything from gum to condoms to shirts. Like, I'm sick of it, right? Can we go do something else? And there's a bunch of songs on that album that are just not good. So I don't know why Destroyer gets all the attention and the love, because in my opinion, it does not deserve it. And if it didn't have that, if it had the Animalize album cover, would it even garner any attention?
I mean, listen, as much as it's overplayed and we've heard those songs a million times, Detroit Rock City, God of Thunder, King of the Nighttime World, Beth, Shout It Out Loud. I mean, Do You Love Me?
You're staying away from the shitty ones. I appreciate it.
Listen, I don't love Great Expectations. I don't love Sweet Pain. Everything else
Flaming
I do.
Youth?
Flaming Youth I like a lot. Yeah, there's one or two that aren't great, but the ones that are good are I mean, I know we're sick of them because we're Kiss fans over the last 40, 50 years, but these songs are incredible songs. Right?
Just a little overrated to me.
I understand what you're saying, but to say Destroyer is overrated, it's hard. It's very hard because those songs are undeniable. It's not like we're just saying we like it because of the album cover. Those songs are they're the biggest Kiss songs ever.
Look at Tatiana is brutal. Carnival of Souls is the worst Kiss record of all time. It is not even a good record, in my honest opinion. What I am trying to say is it sucks really bad. Thank you, Tatiana. You're killing me. All right, Joey.
Mine is an easy pick, and I know I get yelled at all the time for this. I think Revenge is so overrated. This album, it's an okay album, but to me, it's not even close to the best album from 1980 through 95. It's probably to me, my least favorite out of all those records in those years. It's just, I can't stand when people say, this is the return of Kiss. Kiss is back. Why? Just because of Unholy was the first release? Kiss had poppy songs in the 80s because that's what was popular. No Gene song was going to get any airplay, whether it be video and or radio airplay in the 80s. Unholy included, would have bombed in 87. But just because the movement, the music in the world had been changing at that time, and it was getting a little heavier, and grunge was already on, people said, "Oh, Kiss is back because they're heavy again with Unholy." That's really the only heavy song on the record. I Just Wanna is just as poppy as Crazy Nights. The record is okay. Don't really love the production. Don't love Eric's drum sound on the record. I just think that the record over the years has become known as Kiss's Return, where it's just that Kiss stopped being poppy Kiss in the 80s and they went a little bit more towards a heavy sound with Unholy. Just super overrated.
Yeah, I don't completely disagree there. Out of the, like, if I had to pick between Lick It Up all the way through Revenge would probably be my least favorite out of all those also.
Yeah, me too. Same thing.
And this whole Return thing, they never went away. They were putting an album out every 2 years. They didn't go anywhere, right? So if it wasn't for the whole demo thing on Hot in the Shade, and it actually had some crunch to it, maybe it doesn't feel that much of a difference. I think Unholy, the one song that could be Rob Zombie, it could be Metallica, it could be like 900 people could redo that song, but for some reason won't. That one song, I think, makes people feel ultra good that Kiss went back into black leather and you got the ponytail with Gene and everybody looks hard and blah, blah, blah. But
that's the other key, too. It's the look. Kiss
Yeah.
all back in black leather, I think, was... To me, people always say, "Oh, you don't see Kiss with you see Kiss with your eyes. You don't never listen to Kiss." I think this was the biggest point of that in all of Kisstory. People saw Kiss in black leather and they got away from that Asylum look, and all of a sudden, everyone was like, "Kiss is back." No idea what the album even sounded like when they probably said that.
Right. For me, it's the same. Revenge. Look here. Bob Jordan says Joey just made me shit my pants and throw it at the screen.
Best comment ever.
It's our best comment. I can honestly tell you that I was working at a record store when that record came out, and the person that was their rep, the label's rep, came in and was like, "I know you're a big Kiss fan. I want to give you this." It was a cassette of Unholy and maybe one more song. And he was like, "It's just like Destroyer." And I remember going home and listening and going, "Nope, it isn't like Destroyer at all." It's modern, first of all. And second, like, if it's going to be like Destroyer, it's going to be guitars to Marshalls. That's it. This is all, don't get me wrong. I like Bruce's playing on it, and Eric Singer leaves us with still having that Eric Carr type drum. So we didn't have to. It wasn't like they went, "Okay, let's find a drummer that's more like Peter Criss." They, in order to be fair, for Kiss to be back and to get the sound of a Destroyer, they would need a Peter Criss. Because his drum style is completely different than the other guys. And then guitar wise, it would have to be a guy who played like Page or Fraley. So sound wise, it just wasn't what they said it was. Do I like the record? Yes. Do I think that it was the big return, just like you guys said? No. And the guy even told me it's like Destroyer, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited." No. But the playing on it's good. It's just not what they said it was.
Right. I'm not saying it's a bad record. I like it. I'm saying it's overrated. I'll take every other record from Lick It Up on before that record.
Yeah. Let's see what's next. Okay. Least favorite.
Least favorite or worse? That's
worst.
Two different
I'm sorry.
things.
I'm sorry. Worst.
Okay. All right. So to me, the worst Kiss record. It barely has 2 listenable songs. I can barely make it through those 2 songs. Barely. It's so hard for me not to just hit skip.
Oh no.
Carnival of Souls. Dude, it is complete shit. I could barely make it through Hate and Jungle. Almost barely. Barely. Before, like I have to have my hands tied behind my back to listen to Hate and Jungle, so I don't have to skip it. But anything else, dude, I'll be like hitting it with my head, trying to turn that shit. Carnival Souls is brutal. How you guys think that that's underrated? Oh my God, it's so bad.
I think the production is brutal on it. I agree with that. Don't like the production on it at all. But I think it's a fun album. I love the difference of that album. I like to hear different styles of music. And I think Kiss did this record great. My biggest surprise on the record was Paul doing these heavier songs. And I love Jungle. I love Rain. Love Master and Slave. Love all this stuff. I think it's a great record.
Yeah, we when we did the Rockin' Pod a few years ago, we interviewed Toby Wright, who is the producer of the record, and he told us some really good stories. If you guys have the opportunity, go to our. Oh, now listen, we're on iTunes and Google and Amazon and all of them. Every streaming service has Podcast Rock City, and if you get the chance, go on there. Go back through our catalog. There's interviews with Toby Wright in there where he talks about all the recording and everything, and I just really like it. I liked that it wasn't it to me when I listen to it. I'm not hearing Alice in Chains. I'm hearing heavy Kiss. And that's the thing to me that because everybody was always like, oh, it's done by a grunge producer and he did Alice in Chains and he did this. But when I hear it, I just hear Kiss with some balls, you know?
I'll tell you, if it was Alice in Chains, I would actually love it. It's not that good. Alice in Chains is 100% better.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Joey.
Yeah, mine is an easy choice. The only Kiss record in the whole catalog that I can just not listen to. Don't like I mean, there's a song or two, like Sonny said, his take on Carnival that I can kind of stomach, but I will never put this record on. It does nothing for me, and that's Monster. Oh my God. And the songs that people do like are my absolute least favorite. The song Freak, I think it's a ridiculous song. Eat Your Heart Out may be the worst Kiss song ever. You can say Read My Body and My Way and all that stuff. Eat Your Heart Out is unlistenable. The production, again, it's not even just the production. Kiss needs to work with the producer to weed out and help them shape songs, not just sonics. That's the issue that Kiss has today. They just throw something at the wall and they record it. You got to have a producer that is also a songwriter like Ezra or someone else that can get in there and say, no, Paul, this is shit. Gene, you are not recording a song Back to the Stone Age. It's awful. We're going to fix this song and make it better. Yeah, I just can't get through it.
I hear you. I've listened to that record maybe 3 times since it came out.
That's a lot.
But okay, Sonny, what were you going to say? I got to get your words on this.
It was in the running for me because there's only really 5 songs on there I listened to: Hell or Hallelujah, Shout Mercy, The Devil Is Me, Out of This World. And I actually like Eat Your Heart Out just because of the way it starts, right? There's not a lot of Kiss songs that start that way.
The acapella part is
I actually
cringy.
like it.
It's fucking cringy. It's terrible.
But those are the only 5 out of 12, and we waited a long time to try to get this record. That's not very good. That hit rate's not good.
Especially to me, Sonic Boom was definitely going in the right direction. A lot of it wasn't great, but some of it was really, really great. But good heavens, to go from that to Monster, it's like, oh, they just figured, and I know this for a fact that this is the case. Sonic Boom hit number 2, and Kiss wanted a number 1 record on their resume more than life itself. That's what Kiss is all about. They wanted that staple to hang on their coat rack and say, our last record is our best record. It reached number 1, and they really thought it was going to debut at number 1. And I really believe it's almost the only reason why they did it.
And that's why I'm not sure I want Monster to be their last record, but then the other side of me doesn't want another record because it could be possibly worse. So it's like, you know what? Just leave it alone now.
You're right.
Now let's talk about this because I'm really interested in this. Sonny, you and I have received a a not remastered, but somebody got a hold of it and changed and fixed Monster, right? We had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what did you think of that?
Meh.
Yeah.
It's not the production to me, it's the songwriting and the melodies, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go to me now. Worst Kiss record. I cannot get through Sonic Boom. I cannot get through that record. I have 5 copies of it. It never
that
goes
just shows you're really a sick man.
No, that just shows he doesn't really like it. Otherwise, he'd have 12.
Good point.
I kept finding the bootlegs. Oh,
that's right, because you had to get one of every color. Oh,
every color, yeah. So anyway, I think I've listened to that record one time, maybe twice. One time was our review on it. I want to say we did a review, and then the other time was when I got the record. Because you couldn't find the record anywhere. When I was able to get the record, I was like, pop that sucker on and let's put it on. And I remember 2.5 songs out, I was like, Sleep Apnea Machine is on. I'm out, You
didn't like Modern Day Delilah?
No, that's the only song I do like.
I like Russian Roulette.
Yeah, I love Hot and Cold. I love a lot of the songs on there. But when I first heard Modern Day Delilah and knowing Kiss was doing a record with, obviously with the makeup band and stuff again, I was like, wow, this song is killer. It has a throwback feel, a tiny bit, but it's also modern sounding. I thought it was the perfect song for that new record. I don't know if any other songs live up to that song, but what a first track when I heard that.
You guys out there, you're really chewing us apart in these comments today. If you want to send us your list of best, worst, overrated, underrated, podcast Rock City 1.
That's the number 1.
At gmail.com, podcast Rock City 1. That's the number 1 at gmail.com. And we would love to hear it. Let's see. So I guess we're at best. And we know Sonny's The Elder. Show's over. Goodbye.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! All right. So the reason it was important for me to clarify favorite, not favorite, or best, worst, because to me, those are different albums. All right. My favorite album is Asylum. Yes. Best Kiss album.
Is there a difference? I don't understand.
Yeah, it is. There is to me. Okay, so the reason there's a difference to me is when I think of best Kiss record, I think of I want to introduce somebody to Kiss, and I'm going to hand them a record, and most likely I will not hand them Asylum, even though it's my favorite. Okay, so that means you're going to pick one of the first 6. Most likely you're going to pick one of the first 6. Well, I can't hand them the debut because of Love Theme. I can't hand them Hotter Than Hell because of the production. I can't hand them Destroyer because I don't like some of the songs. I can't hand them Love Gun because of Then She Kissed Me. I already talked about Dress to Kill because that is one possibility. So to me, really the best Kiss record that I could hand somebody and say, this is Kiss. If you don't like this, you're not going to like Kiss, is Rock and Roll Over because there's no clunker. Now, I wish there was an Ace song on there, but there isn't one. But reality is, if you really want to know what classic Kiss sounds like and what the Kiss, everybody Kiss star talks about, it's really Rock and Roll Over Kiss. So here you go. There's their best album to me.
Before we get any comments about that, I will tell you that is my choice as well. So, okay. So now, Joey, tell us why we're right or wrong.
I obviously love every Kiss record except Monster, but I really do love every Kiss record. There's not a clunker besides Monster in the bunch. There really isn't. Rock and Roll Over for years was my favorite studio record. It goes back and forth between that and Love Gun. I'm leaning Love Gun these days as my favorite studio record. I disagree with Rock and Roll Over not having a clunker. Don't love 'Em and Leave 'Em. Don't really love See You in Your Dreams. And I agree. Then She Kissed Me is a little weird, but I actually think that's a fun song for that record. But my all-time favorite Kiss record, my all-time favorite record, period, from any band, and I got to go with an Alive record. I got to go Kiss Alive 2. That's my Kiss. Kiss Alive 1 is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It's incredible. But Kiss Alive 2, song-wise, I'll take it every day of the week. To me, that's just on the verge of Super Kiss, but not yet. And they weren't that younger, heavier Kiss. You got songs like now all the 3 record set on the third, the Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun. You got all the best songs on all 3 of those records on Kiss Alive 2. That's, to me, if I want to give anyone the best Kiss record to start with, that's Kiss at their zenith of all time.
One thing that I want to make sure everybody understands, there's 40 of you guys watching tonight. Thank you very much for being here. If you get a chance, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. I want to make sure everybody understands this is our opinion, and everybody. The truth is, when it comes to opinions, nobody's really wrong. That's one of the things that's important because it's just your opinion. It's really, and I'm not saying that because anybody's fighting or anything, but it's just interesting how many people disagree or agree or have their own favorite or they think is the best. It's really amazing because it's really all over the place. Because I remember somebody saying on this show years ago, if you want to get a girl to become a Kiss fan, put on Unmasked. You put on Unmasked, it's perfect for a girl.
I tried with Crazy Crazy Nights, and it works. If you got a Bon Jovi fan, right, and she doesn't know anything about Kiss, Crazy Crazy Nights is really the closest you get.
Well, again, that's the great thing about Kiss. You can make a little mix of a Spotify playlist of 10 songs for any genre music fan out there. You really could. You can go heavy, you can go poppy, you can go 70s sounding, you can go hair band sounding. You have so many different options. You can go, theatrical, theater-like with some of the elder stuff. You could do so many different things to get fans excited about Kiss. And again, that's why they've always been my favorite band, because I can never get sick of them. I can't imagine. I think I've listened to Kiss every day of my life, possibly. It really is a possibility. And I just never get sick of it.
I can't say that. I don't think I can say that. I think there's been plenty of days where I haven't listened to Kiss, but that's, for me, that when I think, I've never thought about it, but that's really interesting. The thing is once again, there are no wrong answers. You guys send me your list. I'll read them next week on the show. Best, worst, underrated, overrated. We're going to do this again when Sonny's back in a couple of weeks. And we're going to come up with another thing. I don't know what the topic will be. It could be songs. It could be costumes. It could be anything, but we're going to talk about these things, as well as I've got a few other things, surprises. Now here's the thing. We're getting ready to end this show, you guys. And if you want to see or be involved in live recording with us, you got to go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/podcast Rock City. And we're about to go and do a show with our top Patreons, and we're going to do a Sweet 16 show with them, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to release it on the YouTube page probably tomorrow, unless somebody on the show tells us that they're in the witness relocation program or something, and we can't, which I
don't know where Sonny is. He's in a different spot every week, Joe. He's on the run, I think.
You guys are killing me. All right. So, Sonny, do you have anything to add?
Nope. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my quick honorable mention for most underrated, I think it would have been a much better Kiss record than Monster. And I know we've had the guys on before. You throw on that classic 78 record as the last Kiss record, and I am completely satisfied. Love it.
Yeah, they have 3.
Right. If you make that all one record, and that's the double last Kiss record I ever hear, I'm good to go.
Wow. All right, Joey, I guess that's your last ad.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say. We love podcasts and we love Kiss podcasts. Listen, thank you guys for being on here. We'll be back next week. Come hang out with us. We're going to have a whole new topic. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sonny will be hitting on Cinderella. You know what I'm going to say. We love podcasts and we love Kiss podcasts, most of them anyway. You're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.
Peace.